review for the week of January 7th, 2026. About to give my birth date, but January 7th was my birthday, so it was also the first comic release of the new year, and some really good comics came out. I didn't get any Marvels this week, so just some DC and some Independents, and a couple of extras, a couple of goodies. So why don't we just jump right on in? First off is DC, and we have Absolute Batman Arc M. This is just a one shot. Um, a really, really good. It's an origin story both of the Institute of Arc M and of Jack Grimm, the man who laughs or never laughs. I'm kind of confused on that, which one is his name or is his tagline. That both have been used in the Absolute Evil and in Absolute Batman, so I'm not sure, but really, really, really good origin story for this universe's Joker. And twist at the end. It was very good. A wonderful addition to the Absolute Universe. Loved it. Next, I actually went ahead. Somebody told me I really needed to be reading the new Batman by Matt Faction. I had gotten issue number 1 way back when it came out in what is it? I guess August. And it was okay. I wasn't like over the top impressed, and I kind of needed to trim my list a little bit at the time. So I was like, you can drop this off. And then I was talking to a few people in a couple of groups I'm in Facebook, and they were saying, "Oh no, you really need to go back and read it. It's really, really, really well written, and the art is great, and the story's good." And so I went back, and Comic Logic had all but number 2, and I was able to get number 2 at a new comic store called Mythical. What is the name of it? It is Mythical Mythology, uh, Modern Mythology, in Percival, and they had number 2. So I was able to get all of those, and I read all of those this week. I had the foil. Batman number 1, the Jim Lee foil. It was a double cover. It was gorgeous. I got the A cover foil for number 2, and then I regular. Let's see. This is the um, Scott Williams cover. Let's see if I can get it without the glare. So it's really, really good detail here. Ooh, there. Ooh, there's really nice cover for number 3. And then this is a Felipe Masafera for number 4. I really like this cover a lot. I'm trying to get it without the glare. There we go, without the glare. Really like this cover. And then finally, what came out this week was number 5. I do have to say, all of all the people in the Batman groups were right. It was worth reading all 5 of these. I really liked where the story's going. I know they're saying that they're giving Bruce a new love interest, but I think it's kind of funny that she looks just like Catwoman, Annika, or Anik. Uh, at the same time, is this really a love interest, or is he, checking out what she's doing, and is she on the up and up? And anyway, I'm really enjoying the story. I've got the lyrics variant of the new character introduced in this episode, Oho. Anyway, she turns into birds, and it's great with a sword, and really, really nice little new character introduction. I'm really pleased with how that story is going. So I'm really glad that they talked me into getting getting into back into Batman, and I went ahead and added it back on my list. Go figure. Uh, Next up is Arcadia, or Batman Green Arrow and the Question Arcadia, not to be confused with Ignition Press's Arcadia, which I'm not reading. This is by Gabriel Hardman. He's doing the art of the pencils and the writing, with Romolo Ferrodo Jr. doing the inks. The art in it is really good. Um, I am really enjoying it. It's a nice little mystery. Um, of course, Question and Green Arrow are on opposite sides from Batman at first. By the end, they're all on the same page. This is a Black Label, so it can be a little grittier. I'm looking forward to seeing how they wrap this up in 2 issues, because it's really a good story about what's going on with Star Labs. So I'm going in Queen Industries. So I'm going to be really interested to see what happens in issue 3 and issue 4. Next up, I got a facsimile of Brave and the Bold presents the Justice League number 28. Uncle Gary said that this is a must-have in any comic collector's uh, collection. He's right. I really enjoyed reading it. I didn't have this in my collection. I do remember reading a reprint of this back in like the 70s when I was a kid, but I never hold on to that one. This one came out when my dad graduated from high school in 1959, but I really did find it entertaining. I liked how they broke it out into the different um, stories, how each character, Flash got his own story, Green Lantern got his own story, uh Aquaman got his own story, Wonder Woman and John Jones, and then they all come together at the end. So it was really kind of great to see how they all work together without Batman and Superman, who were both busy doing other things and could not come to save the day. So I'm really glad that even if it is a facsimile, I'm really glad that I now have this in my collection. Next up was Poison Ivy number 40. Really great issue as well. She comes back to Gotham. She immediately runs afoul of uh, numerous people, including the new commissioner, Vandal Savage, who I can't stand. I'm not supposed to stand him. He's a bad guy. I don't like him as commissioner. I can't believe Jim is a beat cop. I can't wait to see what happens. I was reading in I think it was the December catalog. So for the comics coming out next month in February, that she is going to be mayor of Gotham City. And if that is the case, I can't wait to see how that arc plays out, because I actually think Ivy would make a great mayor of Gotham City. So I think it'll be really interesting. And I know G. Willow Wilson is busy writing other titles as well. Number 40 for this run. And I really hope she keeps it up, because she's hitting it out of the park with Poison Ivy. It is so entertaining. The art's good. The story's phenomenal. The character's great. The character development has been just very, very, very good. So yeah, I really hope that this series keeps going for a long time. On that note, I got several variants. Every month I get the Ohm variant, which is this month. Gary showed it on his showcase on Kodak Station last night. I do love this with her little buddy with the teeth. here with resting on her hand. I love his artwork. He just gives her the most killer abs. I kill for those abs. I don't want to have to do the work for those abs, though. I will totally admit that at 58, I am. Those days are behind me, and that's okay. I can enjoy it vicariously through Ohm's artwork. Um, I also always get the Nubavitch variant, and this Nubavitch variant this month was very sedated. Again, I hate these darker covers. They're harder to get with the lighting in this room without a glare. Let me see if I can. Oh, there we go. Very sedated this month. I think it's beautiful. He really knows how to draw the female form. I love the light coming through her hair so that it's even redder than normal. Of course, the traditional leaf bodysuit. The leaves almost look 3D when you're looking at the cover. So yeah, I'm very happy that I'm collecting uh, both of these artists' covers. Thank you. Excuse me. Variant covers. It's been a long weekend. Um, Next up, final variant for Poison Ivy number 40 was the Sweater Weather variant by Danny and Brad Simpson. I will be getting the Catwoman variant. I think there's also a Batman one. I might have missed it this month. It probably came out Wednesday and I missed it. But I will definitely be getting the Harley Quinn and the Catwoman, both of them as well. They're on my pull list, so I know those will be in my box. Um, I'll probably have to go hunting for the Batman, but then again, I might just not get it. I know that it's more important that I get the Gotham City Sirens ones. Uh, anyway, I love the snowboard. She's Poison Ivy even in the winter. Yeah, she's. I think this is a really great cover. Lots of fun. Uh, that's it for my DC, except for one of the uh, old what I call showcase when I'm looking, ones that I'm collecting, that I go searching at auctions and stuff where I have one DC in that. Um, so we're going to move on to the independents. First up is Ignition Press's Deluge number 3. This cover is really kind of creepy. So this is a story about a deluge of rain causing a flood in a woman's prison, and the guards and the prisoners are trying to get out of the prison before they drowned, and there is a monster lurking in the waters eating them. It is creepy. It's a typical prison drama. There's lots of fights between prisoners, fight between guards and prisoners, good guards, good prisoners, bad prisoners. It's going to be a 5 comic run, so this is the halfway point. I'm really enjoying it. Ignition Press has got a lot of new comics coming out. They're a brand new uh, comic publishing company, and they're really hitting it out of the park. I'm reading 3. I'm reading Beauty and Voyeur and Deluge, and if I could afford it, I'd be reading more. But these 3 are just really, really, really good. It's written by Colin Bunn and art by Marika Cresta, and I do like her work. I've seen her work in other comics, and I do enjoy his writing combined with her art. So if you're not reading it, I would suggest maybe go checking it out. It's only 3 issues in, or wait for the trade. The trade will probably be out, a few months after that 5th issue drops. It's worth it. It's really, really good. Next up this was my final of the week. It was a kind of a short week for me. I got ID Comics, Star Trek Voyager Homecoming number 4. So this is Sarah and her wife, Terry Bridges, take on their retelling of Voyager Homecoming. Again, this is hard to kind of get a good image without the glare. Um, let's see if I can. There we go. There we go. And it's good. They're dealing with species 8572. They're dealing with rogue Borg who are not part of the collective, but 8472 thinks that doesn't matter because they're Borg, so it doesn't matter. They're still, of course, trying to use the conduits or want to use the conduits to get home, but without exposing that knowledge to the species 8472. It's been very dramatic. It's been really great. It's been nice watching Balana and Tom and the doctor carry the baby around because she still had a baby. Yeah, it's been very entertaining. I'm gonna be sad to see this wrap up in one more issue. But again, there'll be the trade, and I'll be able to read it again. But if you're not getting it, and you like Star Trek Voyager, it's definitely a must read. And then last but not least, I only got one comic in the mail last week, but it did wrap up my Poison Ivy pursuit of trying to get all of the issues for the current run. I had 12 through 40, but I didn't have 1 through 11. So I have been working slowly to get the ones from 2022, 2023, those earlier issues. And the only one I needed left was number 5. And I got this great variant of number 5 by Stepan Sejic. Their art is just so good. The detail, it's like, if I can get it, the detail, the 3D on the legs and on the bodysuit. I love the mushroom cap hat, great face. The only thing that I don't like is this foot seems huge compared to the perspective of everything else on the image, I think. But that could just be me. It's like she looks great, she looks great, she looks great. And then there's like a She-Hulk foot down in the corner. So I don't know. The other foot that's underneath her that she's like sitting on is almost as big, but kind of not quite. I don't know. It was me just being picky, but I'm really happy that I got this variant, and now I do have all 11. And I got it for $2.50. So I thought that was a pretty good deal considering the cover price is $4.99. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty good deal. And that wraps up my comp polls. I wanted to give another update on my reading of Zoya. I'm almost finished. I'm really enjoying it. It's about a 12-year-old girl who is either dimensional traveling or having visions of a doppelganger. That the question of what exactly is happening hasn't been answered yet, and I think I'm on page 208. There's 308 in the book, so I have 100 pages left. I'm hoping to finish it between tonight and tomorrow. My son and I are driving down to help my mother finish packing up. We're moving her into a retirement community in our area here the end of this weekend and the beginning of next week, and we're going down to where she lives. She's about 3 hours away from where I am, and we're going down to help her do some packing up and stuff tomorrow and Tuesday. And so be in the car ride as my son's driving. I'm hoping to, if I don't finish it tonight, to finish it in the morning. It was written for young adults. The main character is 12. I knew that going in. I was okay with that. I like the concept. I don't really care that it's about a middle schooler. I enjoyed lots of young adult books in my time, um, and it's very well written for a book aimed at middle schoolers. Um, no concepts that are totally hard for them to grasp. Although a little bit of the physics, in my opinion, she does go into. There's a character, um, some little science kid, and he goes into some details about quantum dimensions and physics that might be beyond an average 12-year-old. But the book has been entertaining. I'm looking forward to getting the answer of what's been going on with Zoya. And I would recommend it to any middle schooler or anybody who likes that style of book. Modern fantasy, um, little bit is a little bit of science, a little bit of magic. Um, they don't mind that it's geared towards young adults or that the main character's younger. I enjoyed the Hunger Games, and that's young adults. I enjoyed the Twilight series, that was young adults. I liked the books. I really didn't like the movies. Um, I have yet to still finally get through all of Superman. My family and I have been kind of watching it during dinner, so we watch it for like 30-minute bursts and then pause and then come back to it. And I still stick with, I really don't like it. I um I didn't like it in the theaters. I'm not liking it at home any better. I also haven't watched at home. I haven't watched the Fantastic Four. I did not go see that in the theaters, so I still need to go see that. It's on my watch list for Disney, but I just haven't watched it yet. I did finish a marathon pull of all of the Star Wars shows, and that was quite interesting. Um, some of them were great, some of them not so great. Um, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do for the next Mandalorian and the next Ahsoka, and if it's true that Dave Filoni is going to do uh, a movie kind of to wrap up those two things after one more season of each show. I think that'd be great. Um, I didn't hate the newest movies, the last three movies in the George Lucas 9 movie trilogy. That I didn't hate them as much as everybody else did. I didn't love them either, as somebody who was there in 1978, 10 years old, dragging her parents and younger brother to the movie theater so that she could see it like 4 times in a row, and collected all the action figures and have been a fan. I remember the Time article in 1979 after the phenomenon when George actually laid out the 9 movie plan. And I remember thinking then, wow, I hope I get to see them all. And I've seen them all, and it was pretty good. I did kind of like the shows in between. They did fill in a lot of the blanks. If you have the marathon time or inclination, I would recommend watching it in chronological order. It was worth it. I also have done that back before I moved here. It took me 9.5 months to get through the Star Trek chronological order, and that didn't include Strange New Worlds. It didn't exist at the time, although I have watched that since. I have not. I haven't decided if I'm watch Star Trek Academy or not. I'm pretty big Trekkie, so probably will watch it. Don't know how. I have mixed feelings about the new stuff. Uh, and how it's being produced and how different it is from Gene Roddenberry's original vision. Um, Other than that, I'm looking forward to Avengers Doomsday when it comes out. I'm not looking forward to anything James Gunn is doing. I just don't. Thought he did okay with Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'm just not thrilled with anything that he has planned. Didn't like Peacemaker. I'm just not a fan. So I'd be really happy if Netflix wins and gets it and gives it back to Zack Snyder. That would make me happy. I know that would make a lot of other people unhappy, but I would like to see Zack Snyder's vision finished. I know that's a darker version, bleaker version of the Justice League, but some of the stories are bleak. They always come around in the end, but some of the stories are pretty bleak. No Man's Land, Contagion, Final Crisis, Infinite Crisis, they get pretty bleak. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what else is coming out. I'm looking forward to almost all the Marvel shows. Wonder Man, Vision Quest. I think that's going to be really good. Um, so anyway, that's all I have to say for the week of January 7th. And oh, rest in peace, Bob Weir. Last thing, I've been a Deadhead since I was 17 years old. Love the Grateful Dead. I traveled around the country and followed them around for a bit in my late teens and before I had my kid, and seen dozens and dozens and dozens of shows, have lots of live tapes, all of their albums, lots of their music on CD and MP3. Um, the world's not going to be the same without Bob Weir in it. Dead and Company will never be the same. But at the same time, in the afterlife, there is a hell of a party because pretty much almost all of the original Grateful Dead is back together up there. So, along with Prince and Bowie, and wow, can you imagine the concerts that they must have in the afterlife? So, if you're a Grateful Dead fan, we are mourning the loss that we learned late last night and early this morning of guitarist Bob Weir. And yeah, of the Grateful Dead. So, yep, very, very sad to hear um, so many of our icons from the 60s and 70s are passing. And it's just a sign of us Gen Xers and Boomers that we're getting old. It sucks, but it's a reality. Um, oh well, we're only as old as we feel, right? Uh, I'm proud to be a Gen Xer. And anyway, I'm gonna sign off.